What's up, a Cinema Shogun here, and in my last video I told you all that there would undoubtedly be updates about this UFO story by the time you watch my last video. And in that video I halfway joked that there will probably be more UFOs shot down by the time you watch that video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got done recording, I checked the news, and it turns out that we just shot down another UFO over Lake Huron, but not just that, we have fighter jets scrambled over Wisconsin as we speak. The situation is getting completely out of hand. I want you all to understand that the U.S. military has not shot down a flying object over American soil since World War II with Pearl Harbor. And now within like the last week, I've kind of lost count. What are we at, like 4 or 5 downed objects? Over the last week, we have shot down 4 or 5 objects for the first time in American history since World War II and Pearl Harbor. And it almost blows my mind that people are still trying to blow this story off. There's something major happening here. Now, these UFOs don't necessarily have to be aliens. Like I told you all, I believe that it's more likely that these are objects sent from an enemy country. But why so many right now? Or you can ask, why is America choosing to pay attention to this, to report on this so much right now? And the answer to that question, nobody knows at this moment. What I can say is that if you have family, loved ones, and friends in the military, spend some time with them. Give them a hug. Give them a phone call. Because the way things are looking right now, it won't be long before they're somewhere overseas fighting. And, I'm not saying this to instill fear upon anyone, but we have to understand the reality of this situation. This isn't something that's ever happened in history. And to take it one step further, why are these objects even allowed to get this far? Is the U.S. military not capable of doing what we thought they were? At this point, after shooting down 4 or 5 objects over America and Canada, we have to start taking out these objects before they even reach American soil. I don't know about you all. I don't feel comfortable with every day. Every day there's a new news. Oh, we shot down another UFO over Michigan. Oh, we shot down a UFO over this lake. We shot down a UFO over South Carolina. We shot a UFO down over here. No, y'all have to go ahead and take care of these objects before they even make it this close, if you ask me. Because who's to say that these aren't all like test runs? You know what I mean? And I don't want us to normalize this. This is not normal. Humans, we adapt and we normalize things really quickly. Like, look at all the people still wearing a mask. You've normalized wearing this covering over your face. Same thing with these stories. If 4 or 5 days from now, we're still hearing the U.S. military just shot down a UFO. We just shot down a UFO. There's another UFO. People are going to just normalize it. People are going to start going about their day-to-day. People are going to start being annoyed by even hearing the news. We can't allow that to happen with this. Because what I'm wondering is, eventually, oh, we shot down another UFO. We shot down another UFO. We shot down another UFO. We normalize the situation. We start not taking the situation as seriously, and then bam. And then bam. I also don't want the U.S. military to get comfortable with shooting down all these objects over our homeland, because what if something's inside them? Wonder if they're sending out all of these little flying objects. We're shooting them down. We get accustomed to shooting these things down, and then all of a sudden we shoot one down and it causes a catastrophe. I'm just trying to go over the possibilities here. Because right now, I am almost in overload looking at everything that's playing out, and I don't understand why these objects are being allowed to make it this far. And, I don't understand why a lot of people are turning their nose up to this news story. I understand we've lost faith in our government. I understand we've lost faith in the mainstream media. But, and I'm going to keep hammering home this point, even if you think this is a psyop, this is a distraction, then what are they setting us up for? It is very important for all of us to pay attention to this situation, because even if it is a psyop, a distraction, then it's leading us somewhere. There is no avenue where there isn't some type of outcome to this story. So if this is one big psyop, then why? And what are they preparing us for? So that's why I say, why turn your nose up to a story because you say it's a psyop? That alone right there, if you think this is a psyop, that should let you know right there that, hey, maybe you should be even more concerned. If you think that the U.S. military would go out here and shoot down a bunch of fake UFOs for a certain agenda, then you should be even more concerned as opposed to if they were real UFOs. So it doesn't matter how you cut it, folks. Something is going on here. Something is going to come of this. I assume that it's not going to be good. If this is China sending all of these objects over here, they're not doing it for no reason. They're not doing it just to have fun. They're doing it because they're getting prepared for something. And if you wanted to attack America, now is the time. America is weaker than ever. Hell, we're struggling to buy eggs over here. America is weaker than ever. Our economy is weaker. Our military is weaker. We as a nation, we are divided. If someone wanted to attack America, now is the time. Now is better than ever. Not to mention, in a couple of years, we will be thrown into another election cycle that's going to turn this country upside down. We already know it's coming, people. So if you're a foreign country and you're looking at America right now, you see our weakened economy, you see our woke nonsense military that's more worried about diversity and all this other random stuff as opposed to actually defending our country. You see the type of people, the officials that are here governing over us, they're all a complete joke. Now would be the time. Now would be the time. And these foreign enemies, they know that, hey, 2 years from now, we're going to be thrown into another election cycle where our country is going to be going absolutely crazy. Our country is going to be divided again. We're going to have riots in the streets. We're going to have people going crazy over if Donald Trump is elected. We're going to have people going crazy over if Biden is reelected. People are going to be going insane, okay? We are going to be split apart and more divided than ever in 2024. So if I was China and I had this plan to attack America or to start a military conflict with America, now would be the time. Or maybe they might not even be planning to attack America. I mean, we know they want to invade Taiwan. So maybe they'll make a move on Taiwan. And maybe they're just monitoring us right now, looking at our missile silos, looking at our military bases, just in case we decide to get involved with that. Now, we are supposed to get involved if Taiwan is attacked. But I don't know if we would really follow up with those promises. I'm not confident that we would. But I mean, who knows what would happen, but obviously there's something going on here. I'm looking at an update right now, and it appears that an F-16 fighter jet actually took down this object over Lake Huron, and it was an octagon-shaped object. Octagon-shaped object. That is really, really weird. This story, it's getting too bizarre, people. It's a lot going on right now, and like I said, I don't want you all to be afraid or scared, but what comes next is the real question, and I don't think what comes next is going to be pretty. So let's talk about aliens real quick, because I have some thoughts that I would really like to get off my chest. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to believe that aliens exist. And in my opinion, knowing what a vast galaxy and universe we live in, If you think that planet Earth is the only place with living creatures, then I just think that is so small-minded. But let's take it one step further. The problem that I see all the time is that people who believe in aliens and UFOs, they place their own worldly and earthly views upon these aliens. Like, while I've been covering this news story and various UFOs are getting shot down, mind you, I'm not saying these UFOs are aliens, but I keep seeing people say, fighter jets would never be able to shoot down an alien UFO. We would never be able to shoot down an alien UFO. And listen, maybe you're right, but the problem is there that you're placing your own preconceived thoughts and notions onto these UFOs. You think that just because UFOs are here, that they must be incapable of destruction. How do you know that? We don't know that. All we see is what is in the sci-fi movies. And we see aliens coming to dominate planet Earth with all of this advanced technology. Who's to say that aliens aren't just now figuring out how to get to Earth? Who's to say that these UFOs that are getting shot down, they're some of their first attempts to reach planet Earth? Look at how we send rovers to Mars and things of that nature. Who's to say that this isn't something similar from an alien planet? I don't want people to always believe that, oh, they must have force fields and their technology must be like this, their technology must be like this. What's happening is you're taking your earthly views, you're taking everything that you've seen in movies and all of that stuff, and you're trying to place it on these UFOs, when in reality you have no idea what these UFOs could be like, what these aliens could be like. We have no idea. So everyone's always like, no, their technology wouldn't be able to do this. Our technology couldn't take down a UFO. How do you know that? There could be aliens on some distant planet or a planet close to us that are sending these things here like little probes. Maybe it's their first attempt. Maybe their technology isn't as advanced as you think. It's just advanced in different ways. That's the thing about technology that I want people to understand. Just because you have certain advancements in technology doesn't mean you're going to have those same advancements in other spaces. So yeah, aliens may have advanced technology where they're capable of reaching planet Earth from the distant cosmos. That doesn't mean that they spent their time creating technology to have force fields and laser blasters. Maybe they have different priorities. Maybe they're not like humans. Maybe aliens don't even view war and violence and stuff as a concept. We always think, oh, they must have this defense system and those defense systems. Maybe aliens don't even think there's a need for defense systems because maybe they're not like humans. Maybe they're not constantly fighting in that war with each other. So maybe they don't view other creatures as a threat because they can't process that, because that's not their way of life. Do you catch my drift? Do you understand what I'm saying here? So yeah, maybe aliens have found the technology to have flying objects with no propulsion, which is amazing. But that doesn't mean that they have all of these other advancements in technology. Their priorities could be and probably are way different than our priorities as humans. We are corrupted. Everything is about violence, how we can conquer, how we can do this. Other living creatures might not be the same. Now, of course, they could be. But what I'm saying is, don't take what you know about regular humans, don't take what you know about planet Earth, don't take what you know about our world in general and place it onto foreign objects that may be from different galaxies, different planets, or wherever. So when I always see, oh, fighter jets couldn't shoot down a real UFO, you don't know that. When I see, oh, if UFOs were here, they would have attacked us a long time ago. You don't know that. The fact is, we don't know. And like I said, I think we have to stray away from placing all of these human Earth-like concepts onto UFOs, because we're kind of blocking ourselves from really learning. And it's like we're so close-minded that we can only apply what we've seen in television and what we have seen in video games and what we know, what we're familiar with. That we have to apply that to these things. And I just think we got to be really careful doing that. Because just because you think aliens are this way, don't mean that aliens are this way. I think there's a possibility, I'm not saying that's what's happening here, but there's a possibility that there's other planets out there who are just now creating the technology. You know, that's another thing that we always mess up doing. We always assume that aliens are so far advanced. Why is that? Why do we always assume that aliens are more advanced than us? Who's to say that planet Earth isn't the most advanced society in the universe? Who's to say that these other alien planets are all primitive, still in the Stone Age? Stop thinking that, oh, just because they're aliens, they got to be so advanced. You don't know that. They could be more barbaric than us. You know, I fully believe that there's a possibility that there are alien planets out there with whatever you want to call them, aliens, I guess, who aren't as advanced as we are. Like, I don't understand why people's mind automatically goes to, oh, if there's aliens, they got to be so more advanced than Earth. You don't know that. These people could be running around like cavemen on different planets, you know what I mean? One of these UFOs that got shot down could have been their first attempt at flying some type of object to Earth. Once again, I'm not saying that's the case here. I'm just saying stop applying your worldly views and your human-like mentality to objects and creatures that may not be from this planet. Because I can guarantee you that at the very least, they probably think and act differently than we do. But that's just some food for thought, people. I highly encourage you all to think. Think about things deeper than the surface. Take time out of your day to just think. Now, I will continue to monitor this situation. I'm not even joking when I say that by the time you watch this video, there will probably be some other crazy stuff going on as well. And if there is, I will let you all know. You might want to follow me on Twitter because I'm updating you all over there 24/7. But for now, let me know your thoughts in the comments. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.